So you've just got engaged. Now what? This week's episode is brought to you by Wedding Besties. And this is The Wedding One.
So you've just got engaged and everyone thinks that they're a wedding planner. Like, people who aren't even married. Like, let's talk about that. What is that about?
Yeah, you will get asked questions off of everyone.
Like, literally, I remember you getting engaged in Iceland, was in the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
And literally, you send photos and whatnot. And I have people messaging me being like, I was cake on my Zebra, she wants to get married. Mate, that ring's been on her finger for less than 10 minutes. Calm down.
Literally.
She hasn't even got out of the Blue Lagoon yet.
People were asking me to be bridesmaids as soon as I posted the picture on Instagram.
Literally, which is just
Calm
in it.
down.
Yeah.
People get engaged and then don't get married for years.
Well, yours was too.
Yeah.
If not 2.5. You got engaged in March, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or did you move into the house?
2 years, yeah. I literally got engaged on the 18th of March and then moved into the house on the 19th of March, the day after.
Yeah.
I come back, drank a bottle of vodka on the way home from Iceland, carries on partying in his mum's, and then had to get up with a hangover.
And move into the house.
And move into the house.
That is like typical, yeah. Well, it was back then, not now. Not so much now.
Everything was just lashed into bin bags and put into this said room that is now a podcast studio.
Yeah. And then what was it after that? So then October, did we book?
Yeah, I think we booked everything that year. But it was just under 2 years. So
yeah. So it was 3 years, and you've just constantly got people going on, oh, have you got your dress yet? Have you got any ideas yet? Mate, give me a second to breathe.
People would ask me, and I'd be like, I'd see them, and I'd be like, don't even ask me how the wedding planning is going. Yeah. Just like, don't speak to me about it.
Because at first, you were actually going to get married in the UK, wasn't you?
Yeah.
And you know, I actually remember what put you off inviting people that you don't speak to.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's such a valuable lesson, because I always say, especially to people in wedding fairs, if you haven't spoken to them in 5 years, you're not going to speak to them for another 5 years after your wedding day.
No.
Save the money and go on holiday. Go to Cyprus.
And this is it, with having a destination wedding, you are having that holiday as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just a one-day event.
No, and
a whole 2 weeks.
Another massive positive point from that. The people who want to be there will be there.
Exactly.
There's no ifs, buts or maybes about it. Like, you booked on and was on the phone to me, and I booked on like a minute later.
Yeah. Because what people think, oh, it's a wedding, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to stay in the same hotel as people that are getting married.
We had people who never.
You can stay wherever you want. But you just turn up for the day of the wedding.
Yeah, you can go and do whatever you like in between.
Yeah, so people who want to be there will be there. And that's a valuable lesson that we learned.
What made you finally decide Cyprus?
I wanted the weather. It was more the weather. I am a sun worshipper. I mean, we all are in our family. We've been born and bred holidays since we were like come out the womb.
6 months old, literally.
So having a wedding here and then inviting like aunts and uncles who are my mum's aunts and uncles. Literally. I didn't even know the name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not paying for you to have a sit-down meal.
You might as well brought the dog as well.
Plus the fact here, when you have them in like the nice like castles or whatever, it's always a sit-down meal. And you know how fussy I am. No, thank you.
I mean, I would have enjoyed every bit.
I know, but whereas in Cyprus, I could have like a Mediterranean buffet, which...
That's what you eat. That's what you like.
I love all of that type of food, so that was another one. I suppose this will go into like our Cyprus tips. Oh no, I can't breathe. I suppose this will go into like our Cyprus tips and destination wedding tips, but it's a lot cheaper to get married abroad than what it is in the UK.
And everyone thought it was going to be the opposite, and it just wasn't.
No, absolutely not.
No, not at all.
Well, before we get into Cyprus wedding tips, what's your wine of the week? Is that your wine of the week?
Yeah, people just need to mind them. You know how I feel about people. I prefer animals. But yeah, I feel like in today's society, the pressure that is on people, and everyone's impatient, like everyone wants everything done yesterday, and like people just going to you, have you got this done? Have you got that done? Like,
where do you even think I'm getting the money from?
Yeah,
like, calm down.
First of all, you need to pause it. Second of all, like, you'd literally just moved into your house, as you just says. Yeah, just people being annoying. That is my wine of the week.
Yeah.
And sorry, to just finish on that note. People, when they book onto your holidays, that wound me up so much, because a holiday in 2 years' time, okay, a holiday's around, what, £1,000? Okay, that is a lot of money to some people, but over 2 years, that's nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get it booked and just enjoy it.
And as I said before, you don't have to stay in the same hotel. So if you wanted to just treat that as your yearly holiday, Cyprus is a stunning place anyway.
Yeah.
And there's so many things for you to do there. There's lovely hotels, beaches and everything. And the wedding bus that I have for my wedding went around 5 different locations anyway before the wedding and picked people up from different hotels to take to the venue.
And the beauty in Paphos, where you got married, is everywhere's 15 minutes away from everywhere. Like literally everywhere.
Everything's so close.
Everything's so close. It's not big. Well, it's not even that far from Ironapper, is it? The other side of the island.
No, we went in June, didn't we? And it took us all day because we were stopping up at venues along the way to get some content and that.
But yeah, it's about 2.5 hours, so it's not a big island.
No.
But yeah, that's my one of the week. It's people just being annoying, inconsiderate, and pressurising. Just no. Go away. Go and sit in the corner on your own and rock yourself to sleep.
Yeah, I think my one of the week is pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Because I worked an extra job whilst I was planning my wedding as well to help pay for the wedding. Because these things ain't cheap. Even though
yours was a lot cheaper than what someone would be paying in the UK, it's still a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I had a 2-week holiday, venue for the whole day, open top bus there and return, a private car for me and my mum on the way there, DJ, saxophone player, all your food, open bar until the night time. I had all sorts, and it cost like less than 15k.
Yeah, but again, it's saving up that 15k, isn't it?
Yeah. And then pay stuff off.
When you've just moved into a house, that's massive on top of it. If you were probably still living in mum's, but obviously you don't want to do that as a newly engaged couple. But if you were living at home, then
it probably would have been fine.
It would have been a lot easier. But
yeah, I was working in the pub and everyone, because it was all the regulars that would come in every day, it'd be like, how's it going? How's it going? Have you sacked them off yet? And it was a lot, to the point where I was like, I just don't want to talk about it because wedding planning stressed me out a lot. I was sick.
Well, yeah, and then you've got to think it wasn't just a wedding in the UK where you can just ring someone who's on the same time zone as you. I mean, I know Cyprus is only like 2 hours ahead, but you've got to think when we're getting up at like 7 a.m, they're starting work and whatnot, so they're not going to get back to you as quickly as what you want them to.
No. And I am very, like, if I think of something, ADHD, I want it done yesterday. Yeah. So messaging somebody and trying to find all your own suppliers and everything in wedding season, which I didn't know then. I know it now because we help people get married over in Cyprus, that when wedding season's on, it's very hard to get in touch with anybody over there. Even us, we work with suppliers over in Cyprus, and it's hard to get replies off of people when wedding season is full in swing because they're constantly so busy.
But that is the beauty of the dashboard with the chat system.
Yes.
Because they can, if they haven't got time for a phone call, when they finish whatever they're doing, photography, entertainment, whatever, they can just log onto their account and message people back.
Yeah. And you can keep up to date. So, like, one thing that I probably regret about my wedding is not making a wedding email. And this is so underrated.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so underrated. I mean, if anyone's like me, I subscribe to everything.
Yeah, your emails text me out. Where have you got like 3 million unopened emails? It's showing
to me text messages. I've got about 250 unopened text messages.
Yeah, that just screams chaos to me. Don't hire us.
No, it's just I know what needs to be opened, and they're all just like half of like kissing, like I win money and all of this, and I just haven't got around to unsubscribing from them, because I'm too busy. But yeah, it's hard to get in touch with people now whilst we're doing it. So on the dashboard, people can go on and they can save the chat. All the chats and everything is saved on there. Whereas with my emails, I had to star things and put them in the VIP because they were just getting lost within all my emails.
And then not only that, the dashboard, we monitor it. So if someone hasn't answered in like 3 to 5 working days, we have personal contacts where we can just ring and go, oh, by the way, you got a message, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like another safety net added to it.
Yeah. So on the dashboard, people can add like things into the wish list and all of that. So
I love that.
What's better.
I love that because I remember when you were doing yours, it was just everywhere.
Yeah, it was. There was so many Excel
screenshots. Yeah, it was just a lot.
It was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it was. Even like the hen do though, I was exactly the same. Trying to organise all that and just having screenshots and ideas everywhere and not being able to execute them.
Because on the dashboard as well, there's a besties board, so you can upload inspiration of like what you want your wedding dress to look like, what you want your partner to wear, your bridesmaids. You can upload pictures of like venue decor, pictures of like hair, makeup and everything. You can include all that on there.
That's a really good tip, that, to show your hair and beauty people what you want.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and you do something wrong, it's not like the UK where you have hair trials, is it?
No. Some people do go over to Cyprus and have a hair trial, but it's more money.
It's not even that. It's cutting time into your holiday.
Yeah.
How long did your hair take? I mean, your hair was fabulous, like, until you got into that convertible top.
No, for people getting married in Cyprus, do not hire a convertible car to get you to your venue.
Her hair was absolutely stunning. When she got to the venue, it was like a bird's nest.
And not one of them fixed it.
Oh, it was so stressful.
What's the point in having bridesmaids? Because not one person fixed my head. I said this to Millie, and Millie went, your hair look fine. I was like, on them pictures, it's hanging out of the back.
I was into it. Do you know what? It was that overwhelming.
It was. Busy day.
And
I didn't notice on the day, and I still look stunning.
You did look stunning. But yeah, it was a very overwhelming day, let's be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't even actually remember seeing you get out the car. No
one saw me get out the car.
So how was I meant to fix your hair?
It was after it. It was, to be honest, it weren't that bad when I got out of the car, but then later on when I had the veil in and out and all of that, and then like when I'm walking round, because you wear a veil and people stand on it, you're like...
We had an open bar by then, so I was drinking limited wine, so yeah, you had no chance from me. No one fixed me.
All these brides who have the people who like go to the toilet with them to top up the makeup and everything like that.
Yeah, no, we just never.
But I'm that person, because I do all hair and makeup and don't I? So
I was just trying to keep the people like
entertained, life until the party.
I know, as usual, but I was trying to like just make sure that everyone was sorted. Like the venue, even though it was gorgeous, there was like a few, because it's like old rustic Cyprian building, there was like a few like cobbles, not where you break your ankle, but for the elderly it was a little bit. So I was like constantly, have you got a drink? Have you got this? You got that? So I was attending to that. Blame that.
You the hostess with the mostess.
I was.
Shell said she didn't drink.
Oh, it is.
And then there's a picture of her and the glass of wine's like this, and it's full up to the top, and I think she's got 2, and then there's videos of us taking the shots.
Honest to God.
Shit, I was sober. I was a push it fuck.
No, I wasn't. Because when we got the free wine at the dinner, well, the lunch time, what time did we have the dinner? About 4 o'clock?
No, it was also 5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, when we had the dinner, we had wine on, didn't we? And not many people drank wine. So then I was getting the wine. So, yeah, I wasn't sober on your wedding.
No, neither was I. I definitely wasn't sober on my wedding.
Wasn't. You fell face first, 3 times off the chair, onto the floor. Well, me for a good time, a long time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's your wedding, man.
That was a long wedding, man.
That's okay. The listeners will understand. The next question is the tips on why to get married in Cyprus. I know you said before about the sun and the budget and stuff, but is there anything else?
I think obviously just being on holiday.
Oh yeah. I know, as being like a travel agent, that when you're doing something on holiday, everyone's always happier on holiday, aren't they? Like, if you get married in the UK, people will go, oh, I can't have a drink because I've got to work tomorrow. I've got to take the kids to, I was going to say soccer. American.
He goes to soccer.
I know who goes to soccer. Like, they'll always come up with an excuse, won't they?
Yeah.
That, like, why they can't fully relax and enjoy themselves. And I'll tell you another thing, right? The first thing people will say to you when you have a UK wedding, the next day after the wedding, they'll go, oh, yeah, I had a lovely day. Nice time, yeah. Did you see the price of the lager? Did you see how expensive a bottle of wine was? Honest to God, that is all you will get. When you're on holiday, it's obviously cheaper.
Yeah.
So people have been saving all year round to be on holiday. So it's like Monopoly money, isn't it? No one's asked. No one cares.
Yeah. Just throw that money away.
Just throw it away because that is your budget for your holiday anyway. But yeah, I think that's a good tip on why you should get married abroad, because everyone is just happier.
100%, because it's not just the wedding, whereas here it's just the wedding day.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to bring a +1, and then people will end up turning up to your wedding with people that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're abroad, people can't really do that.
No.
Although it did happen.
It did happen to you. That's another story for another day. That's another one. But yeah, that's a good tip, I think. Get married abroad because everyone's always happier. And at the end of the day, that's what you're there for. You're there to be celebrating love and to be happy. You don't want to be surrounded by people who are moaning because a lager's £6.
No.
Get a grip. Get your wallet out, Jess.
Have you got any horror stories from my wedding? I've got one.
I've got a few, but I'll let you go first.
So my horror story from my wedding was when it links in with all of this episode, because when I got engaged, my mum was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wait. And I was like, I can't even afford to get married. Like, just give me a break.
My mum is the epiphany of impatience, isn't she? She wants everything done yesterday. We will be doing something very important, regardless whether it's wedding work, normal work, life, whatever. And she will come in, won't she, with a phone and go, sort this. You're like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just in the middle of doing something, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But she is the definition of impatience, isn't she, when it comes to getting stuff done?
And I still remember the day we were sat on the couch downstairs, and I was like, oh, well, I want to go to Cyprus, because we went in 2020 and absolutely fell in love with it. We were meant to go to Turkey.
That's your place, isn't it?
Well, we were meant to go to Turkey, and then because of COVID and everything, there come a week in October, I think it was, where you could go. And I was like on that plane straight to Cyprus, and I lost out on a 2-week holiday and just went for a week for the same price, but I absolutely fell in love with Cyprus.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have the wedding there, but obviously I didn't have a clue where to start. I'd done a bit of research on it, found a venue.
And you've got to remember then, they weren't ChatGPT. I know it was only 4 years ago. But they weren't really AI, was it? Where now you can just go on AI and be like, oh, where's the best place to get married, blah, blah, blah. And there was not really
Don't
that.
Don't go on AI, go on our dashboard and get married in Cyprus.
Yeah, honestly.
So I remember, and she was like, well, you got to think about people working in the schools, because obviously she does school runs. At the time you worked in a school.
I was in school teaching, yeah. Louie's mum,
all of his aunties and everything work in the school, so I had to cater around school holidays, which again is a bit of a nightmare because of the price of everything goes up.
That should become illegal.
I was saying this to my
That should be illegal.
And she was saying, she's from the Caribbean, and she was like, I'd love to go home when the baby's out of school, but it's just so expensive.
Yeah, it's really unfair.
It is.
Especially for people with kids who struggle anyway. But, you know what I mean? Because they've got so much things to do, put foods on the table and after school clubs.
Kids' activities are just expensive.
Clothes and all that are expensive, so why are you making holidays expensive?
Yeah, it is a bit of a no. But I went with April, Easter time, and again, I rushed into it because I felt pressured to get it done. It was then a couple of weeks later, and I was like...
I feel like I was the one who told you that it was out of season.
I think you was.
Yeah, because I'd not long been to Turkey myself, and I remember saying to you, oh, that area of the world have a shutdown season, and you're like... What? And I was like, they only operate really between May and October. All right, Cyprus now is becoming a bit more November. Because
Iron Napa at the beginning of the year, Iron Napa was completely shut down, whereas Paphos is a little bit more lively.
Yeah.
But you're not guaranteed the weather in April.
And that is the whole reason why they do a shutdown, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was the whole reason why I wanted my wedding in Cyprus, was for the weather. And I thought, I can't get all these guests to be paying to go on holiday for my wedding, and then it's raining the whole time that they're there.
All because my mum was so impatient.
Oh, I was sick to my stomach. I was ringing up Jet2, trying to change the holiday.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. But you did have good weather.
I did have good weather.
Even though it's done nothing but rain the next day.
Which I didn't mind it raining the next
we
day.
were all hungover.
I took Millie for a kebab down by the beach.
Yeah.
And then I went back to the room and I stayed in bed all day and I ordered a KFC.
And then it went all right then, didn't it?
Yeah, it was fine. That was the only day of rain that we had. But in April, it was a bit cooler. You had more of a breeze. But then you're not guaranteed to have like the sunny skies for your pictures and
No, it can be very overcast, can't it?
Yeah. Whereas mine, I was blessed and it was fine.
God was with us that day.
Yeah, Dad was with us.
Dad was with us.
Everything was fine, but I did feel bad because even I wanted to show you why I fell in love with Cyprus.
But nothing was open.
Nothing was open.
It was even a really tricky situation for me to do. I know we had a Liverpool hen do, but we wanted to do like a little hen do in Cyprus with just all girls, and then obviously the lads can do their things, and they went on like the boat rides, didn't they? Nothing was open.
Yeah.
Literally, there was nothing.
It's not open, but then like even for the boat ride for the lads, the sea was freezing.
Yeah, so they couldn't even go in the water.
No.
So yeah, that's the hottest
That's
thing.
what I learned to love snorkeling in Cyprus, and I wanted you to go snorkeling. No, you know what memories just popped in my head. When I took it out and we were playing mermaids and you thought it was a shell at the bottom of the sea, your face wasn't, it was a hermit crab.
No, I've never swam to shore, so in my life.
That's true.
Oh, that was scary. I'm not a fan of sea
It was like that
creatures.
big.
I'm not a fan. Fish, no.
See, I loved it, and that part of
I
Cyprus.
when we went last year and you and Louie went on the turtle day, I loved turtles, and I loved it when we were in Sancy and we saw the turtle because I was safe in the boat. If I saw a turtle or a fish or anything in the water, oh my God, I'd
I feel like our rules have reversed.
Yeah.
Because I used to be like that, like I wouldn't get in the sea.
I'd get in the
Unless I was
sea.
in a rubber ring. No, but mine was because fish. I had a massive phobia of fish, whereas now I'm like swimming after fish and swimming after turtles. I left Louis for dead on that turtle trip.
Yeah. Do you know what I think it is? We went to Thailand years ago and seeing all them like mad exotic creatures, it just put the fear of God in me. And then he was cooking Sam. Sorry, I'm moving on from Cyprus to Thailand. But I was in the water and the little Thai fella threw a piece of bread and it literally, I'm not messing, bounced off my head. So that was it then. I had all these fish just like on top of me. Honest to God. Like I walked away, I was covered in bruises from where they were fucking slapping me. Honest to God, I have bite marks all down me where they thought I was the loaf. They thought I was the Walgreens. Honest to God. And I think from there, it's just, yeah, it's got the fear of God in me. And then where we were finishing the boat ride, you go past Monkey Island or Monkey Beach, whatever it was called, in PP. Well, the tides had gone out and there was just sea urchins everywhere. Like, I mean, everywhere. And obviously the point, yeah.
Remember Ray from Tenerife stood on a sea urchin?
Yeah, it just put the fear of God in me. So sea creatures belong in the sea.
Where you can't see them.
Where you can't see them. Just leave them alone.
Say, yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, I think I'm better with bigger animals than what you would be. Like, you get a bit fearful of like bigger dogs if you don't know them. Where me, I'm like, oh, come and sit me. Or like when we done the elephants in Thailand, that didn't faze me at all, where everyone else was like really scared of them. Yeah, sea creatures, leave them in the sea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm all right with some fish, but when I got yours up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go and hunt for turtles and Napa for a little sunrise swim, there was one fish and it was like, we couldn't go see, it's gone. It was dead long and like pointy.
See, how do you know that that's not poisonous?
No, well, I've researched what it is, but I saw it, but I was very well behaved. I didn't panic, but it did swim quickly away from it. But normally in the past,
I was about to panic attack.
I would have had a panic attack because remember in Tenerife when I was in that rubber ring and the fish was out that big, I screamed.
I do.
Yeah, back to the horror story.
Well, that was like 10 horror stories in one.
It was.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a horror story in itself. Make sure you're researching on when to go, when suits you, obviously, if you've got kids and whatnot. If you're just doing like an elope wedding with you and your partner, you don't work in schools, or you got any restrictions, you can go wherever you like. But
the weather was fine in April. We all got a bit of a good tan and everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as hot as, say, like July, August.
That's another horror story, isn't it? Getting married in the height of August.
We've got a bride who's getting married in August. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
With the venue where she's getting married
is early August, so that's fine. But yeah, make sure you do your research on the weather, because it is unpredictable, and they have earthquakes that people don't know about.
Yeah. But I think like May, early June, September, October time.
Yeah.
If you are getting married in August though, don't worry about it, because the excitement of the day.
Yeah, it just overpowers it.
Yeah, you don't feel hot or anything like that.
No, I think as well, if
you're running on adrenaline.
It depends on where your venue is as well. I think like where Facilis, where one of our brides getting married, it's up in the mountains. It's obviously a lot cooler. It's shaded by trees. Obviously, that makes it cooler. If you're getting married on the beachfront, you've obviously got the sea breeze. So,
but yeah, don't worry if you get married then, because
I know we've just gave you the harder than you.
Yeah, you're running on adrenaline for the day, and nothing will matter to you on that day. The stress, anything that you are going through whilst planning your wedding abroad, nothing will matter.
No.
When you get to that day, it's the best day of your life. If I could do a day again in my life, it would be my wedding day.
Even though people done my wedding beforehand and it was stressful and we had all the barriers with the suppliers and whatnot, your wedding day was such a good day. It really, really was. And I'm not even just blowing smoke at your ass.
But everyone said that though, because it weren't like as structured as a wedding would be over here, where you've got to like do this, do that, and then stick around for ages.
That was structured from it was the actual ceremony.
Yeah, because I was strict with that ceremony, because I was like, no one on the phone.
Yeah.
I had rules and regulations already in place. But the ceremony is only 20 minutes.
Yeah, but that was the only thing that was structured. Like, people sit down, people stand up, you do your thing with Louis. But after that, once we went into like the little court under the olive tree, and like there was like jugs of sangria, and what was the other one? Did you have like a
I like a raspberry vodka punch.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And then like the rosé sangria, that was really nice. And like we were just like playing games and stuff.
Yeah, because I had beer pong and all that.
Yeah.
People just sat down relaxing and chilling while we went and got our photos done.
And then like even like when it come to like people sitting down, you had the ruling, didn't you? Pick a seat, not a size.
Yeah,
so
on the dinner table,
people who had met, like Mark and Michelle, they'd met all Louis' family, and they just like clicked straight away, didn't they? So like naturally, where Michelle's our friend, you'd think, oh, she'd sit near our end, but because she got on so well with Louis' aunties and uncles and whatnot, she sat with them, and like it was just, there was no pressure on anyone to do anything that they didn't want to do. Then with having like the buffet, people got to pick what they wanted to eat, and then there was no wastage, because you weren't giving someone, like, imagine giving you like a roast chicken.
No.
Just a roast.
No, thank you.
Standard roast chicken. Imagine that would go on I mean, I'd eat it first, or one of the lads would eat it, but that was.
I know, but it's such a waste, and the price that you pay for the food over here as well. I just think, no. Like on a Mediterranean buffet, you get all sorts. Like lamb, that lamb clafsico.
Yeah.
So many people have raved about that.
That was
the halloumi. You get all sorts, don't you?
Yeah, I went up that more. I couldn't breathe in my dress, and I had to take my bra off. Honest to God, just a meal. But
yeah, I think it's one of them. Choose your venue wisely. Make sure you've got phased areas, especially for older people.
Yeah, like me and Nan, she's very fair, isn't she? So she needs a phased place, even in April. But yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to go back to what you've just been saying about like pick a seat or a side. With wedding planning, one of the hardest things is trying to organise where people are going to sit, because
You guys said the biggest nightmare of the whole wedding.
I'm not bothered what anyone says. There is always some family feuds or whatever
Somewhere along the line.
when it comes to weddings and funerals. There's always murder.
I'm not gonna lie though, just I'll interrupt you. The best party you can ever go to is a funeral. If you want to hear more on that, DM us.
And I'll tell you why.
She's gonna become a funeral planner next. It's my dream job. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Get what?
You do weddings, I'll do the funeral.
Okay.
Until death do us part. Fucking cute.
Yeah, so trying to pick where everyone was going to sit next to each other and all of this, and I just had one long table, didn't I? I just said to everyone, sit where you want.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Sit where you want. I'm not wasting money on a table sign.
No.
I'm not doing all of that. Just sit where you want.
The only people you had the like signs for was Mum, Julie, Mark, Kieran, Stu.
Yeah, like
That wasn't at the table, though, wasn't
No,
it? That
so
was at the ceremony.
ceremony. Yeah, so on the ceremony I had reserved seating signs for everyone.
That's right.
Because obviously you
very
be walking
well.
down the aisle. So you wouldn't have been able to get that seat. And if someone's already sat there, I don't want you walking down the aisle while the ceremonies began, then trying to find the seat somewhere like that.
I know. I mean, it's common sense, like, but
People haven't got common sense.
not in this day and age. iPads, that's what it is, iPads.
Yeah. I had it for the ceremony and for the meal.
Yeah.
So people could just sit where they want to. Me and Libby were at the head of the table, and then I said, like, obviously I want yous up at the top with us to make it easier for speeches and everything. But
Yeah, that was the key, wasn't it, for the speeches. I was so good at the speech. If you're lucky, we'll post it on the podcast.
she was amazing.
Like, I couldn't believe how well it's done, to be fair.
It was good. For someone that doesn't like public speaking,
No.
who's got dyslexia, you were really good.
I was. And I was old school and read it off a piece of paper.
I just sobbed. I sobbed at everything. I sobbed at everyone's speech. I just sobbed all day. It was happy tears, but I sobbed.
Yeah. It's overwhelming. And you've got to remember as well, once the day comes, it's not even tears of sadness or it's tears of relief. It like as much as you look forward to it, it is nice to just be like, oh, breathe.
Yeah.
I can imagine that's what it's like for a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Going through like 9 months. To then finally have that baby there and be like, oh, finally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, is there anything else that you want to touch up on this week's episodes?
No, I think we'll leave it on a positive note. That next episode, we are going to be bringing you the supplier spotlight. So we will be giving you verified suppliers and venues that you can have for your wedding over in Cyprus. They are vetted by Wedding Besties and trusted by us. So they will be included in next week's episode.
Yay.
So thank you for joining us for this episode of The Wedding Whine.
The Wedding Whine.
Yeah. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and leave us a review if you can. I'm not sure where this is going to be posted, but if you can leave us a review. Leave us a review and go and check out the dashboard.
Yes, I was just supposed to say, and make sure you go and have a look at the dashboard. Sign up for it, even if you're not getting married in Cyprus.
It's completely free to use, and we've thought also so much energy and work have gone into it. And if there's anything that you think, oh, Kate, Charlotte, this would be an amazing addition to it, message us, because we want this to go with suppliers, venues and our couples.
We want it to just be a nice loving time for everyone.
Yeah, because that's what it should be.
It should. So yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
And we'll see you soon
next week. Bye.